Good afternoon, class, and welcome back once again. We'll be discussing product, service, creativity, and innovation in entrepreneurship, and understand that this aspect of relevance is not something that we can decide to talk about without having the basic understanding of what it's all about. Now, when we talk about innovation, we cannot talk about it in isolation without looking at creativity. Now, creativity happens to fall into many lines of solution thinking, having a mind that incubates different ideas with art majorly. And this comes with brainstorming. Brainstorming could be in form of different ideas of me coming together with you, but we have to know that brainstorming is not done in isolation. It's a collective thing, and sometimes some people do it alone, but that alone means that it's a very rigorous effort. Now, the video next would make us understand different aspects of innovation, what it entails actually. Thank you. I believe the video made so much contribution for us. Now, going further, let's understand what creativity is all about. It's about the use of innovation, imagination, or an idea to create something that has not been there before, something that also could be there before, but you want to reinvent it so that people could apply it. And without understanding, we want to understand that there are different levels about innovation. Understand your mind is a perfect factory of creativity. It doesn't stay in isolation. Why some people use their creativity for good intent, some use it for bad intent, but they are both creative. The man that made the atomic weapon was being creative. The man that made the bicycle was being creative. So it depends on what you want to apply your mind, although we advocate that you use your mind for a positive intent. And having said that, understand that creativity is majorly the unleashing of the potential of ideas to conceive new ideas, and the belief is that the mind is the labyrinth of different ideas, and you want to bring it up to expose different things together. Now, the different types of creativity are the mimetic creativity, bio-associative creativity, analogical creativity, narratological creativity, and intuitive creativity. Now, the ones that you keep saying Elon Musk exhibiting from time in, time out is the intuitive creativity. The mimetic creativity is the one that we have most of our drink companies doing. You have Biggie, you have Coke, you have Fanta, you have what again? Vijumi chocolate, you have Vijumi ginger, maybe that will come one day. You have pineapple flavor. Different times they are all like the same but having different flavor. They are imitating one another. The same thing with the tire industry. Maybe different patterns, but you have Dunlop, you have different types. So something exists, you just had a little bit touch of yourself or a little bit branding to make it different. Now you also have the bio-associative, as earlier said, is when a familiar idea is connected to something unfamiliar to provide something new. For example, we had the iPad. The use of the touch made it unique. Sorry, before the iPad, we had the iPod that you need to be, I think the control was by the side, I think. Oh no, it was in front, a round thing like that. Then later on, the touch came up. So something unique to make it more interesting to use. The analytical creativity deals with comparison, whereby you transfer information that we believe you understand one domain to another source to help resolve a challenge in an unfamiliar area. That's looking at Twitter and the Facebook. Quite similar but different mode of application. So it could be like that. You could look at them, then look at the TikTok and the Instagram. Similar, but different mode of operations and different reason for existence. So now the last one is the narratological creativity, which is quite where Africans are lacking, whereby we don't have so much history. Maybe it has been wiped off, was destroyed, or in some cases we pay to go and view our own history. Wow, ridiculous. Well, now we don't have our own story, or we have missing stories that could have explained where we're coming from, because when you know where you're coming from, easier for you to know where you're going. But a lot of, I think the slavery actually took a lot from us. But even at that, we could move forward if we could narrate what we are right now to move forward based on our own level of creativity. And that is how we can get to the next level. And those are the types of creativity as outlined there, the 5 of them. Now, looking at innovation in this aspect, you understand that innovation, as I said earlier on, does not come up in isolation. It comes up with different birthing from creativity. Now, when we look at innovation, understand that innovation is majorly the deliberate application of information, imagination, initiative, and base rather, to have different values of resources so that we can include them into a process that will give us a new idea or idea for a product or a service, as the case may be. Now it's about bringing up change into something that is already existing, a stable mechanism. Before the flat screen, we had the TV that had back, they had long head. But right now we're looking at the flat screen. We are getting towards the rest one. Insinuations make you understand that we'll be getting TV flatter than this, and maybe very soon we'll be having them displayed on the wall. Maybe your wall will be the next screen. Just tap the wall and then it start displaying after putting some microchips on the wall. So that's innovation. It came from one big massive component to a smaller reduced component, and that is where we're going. That's why we're discussing about innovation. Most times, if you feel that inventing might be hard, which we'll discuss next, innovation might be the way, adding something to something already in existence. And that's why you need to renew your mind daily to understand that you can and you are a factory of creativity. Now, what are the types of innovation? There are 2 major types of innovation. We have the evolutionary innovation and the revolutionary innovation. As they sound similar, but they are both different. While one is a continuous and dynamic evolution that brings about an increment in advancement of technology, which you can see with the TV, one actually stops in a particular product to start something new. The use of emails, stop the use of letter or reduce the use of letters. You now get letters and you're like, wow, it's fine, it's wonderful. One is making work faster, but at the expense of killing something, or rather disrupting something. Let me use the word killing. The Telegram, not the app now, the product or the machine was meant, or rather the telegram fax have now become subject to the use of emails. And these things make us understand what is happening with life. Life is never constant. It's always changing. So if you cannot embrace change, it might be time for you to say bye-bye. Because the world is moving fast. And there's a need for you to catch up. And that's why you want to understand which kind of innovation will you be looking at. You're not being taught here to just have a certificate. You are being brought up here to have a different mindset. When we were coming up as researchers, most of us, maybe the most interesting tool to use there was SPSS and Excel. Now we're looking at Starter, Python. The Python is no longer for just developers right now. Even we have to learn it. We must use it. And that is the age we are in, whereby what seems specific to people becomes general to be attained if you want to be relevant next level of life that we are in. And that's why looking at the evolutionary aspect, there's always something. Now you have wireless pressing iron. I think right now we have a lot of tools that are being engaged. You have washing machine as against using your hand to wash. You have wristwatches that can store information, play your music. No, that is a revolutionary innovation. You have things that normally have ended the abrupt things, existence of other products. And that is one thing we need to understand. The world is moving fast and we need to catch up. Catching up means that we need to move up. Now you have cars that are amphibian. That is the level of growth we are going. I was watching a video recently and I saw like a jetpack of a human, or with a human attached to it, and it was floating around. So very soon, they are telling you right now that we might be getting to a state whereby some people might just need to wear a backpack and they will glide from one continent to another without paying for any etiquette. So we are getting to that point. Never say never. That's the world of entrepreneurship. Now, let's look at creativity versus innovation. While creativity is more of a state of your mind, innovation is an action. So one is more of an abstract form, it's just within your mind. The other is bringing it to life. So one has to move away from an abstract into reality. You're not just going to put it in writing, you're going to bring it to life. Why one is subjective, that is hard to measure, because you can just envision it. Just like we researchers always envision a lot of things. Now, innovation is bringing it to life so that people can see it. That's what scientists or inventors normally do. And that is the major thing about these two. One is abstract, one is real. One is in your mind, one is you're saying it. A lot of people are creative, very creative. And I think one of the people that I really appreciate in the world of creativity will be artists, majorly musicians and painters. Yeah, artists, they bring up what is embedded in the soul to real life. And that is what makes it unique and interesting. Next three: creativity, innovation, and invention. Quite creativity acts of considering something original or unusual, which we discussed earlier on. Innovation is implementing something new for the first time, while invention is the creation of something that never been done before, that is to recognize the unique insight. Innovation is implementation of something new, while one is the creation of something that never been done before, or rather giving a specular insight to it. So one happens to be for the first time, the other needs to rework of something that has been existing. Now, invention has never been done before. Innovation exists, but you need to add something to make it new, to make it relevant. Okay, and with that, we come to the three factors that bet innovation. One, recognized need. Secondly, competent people with relevant technology. Please don't forget relevant technology. They are like this. They're back together. And then financial support. That's why there's the saying that goes with money and all things cannot be put in isolation. Then what is that need you need to sort out? What is that problem that is already arising? When people see problem, entrepreneurs see what solution. They see solution with the ability of making their own money. And for a provided solution at the cost, people don't look at the cost, they look at the solution. So that's just a major thing. And then competent people with competent technology, relevant technology requires you to get the updated skills to solve the problem. Please don't, out of sympathy, employ anybody or bring anybody on board into your business. And that's why we say you should not hire who you cannot fire. And that's a major thing we need to consider. So when you're looking at issues such as the competent people, how relevant are they or can they be in solving the required quest that we've already said? Now, this thing that we've discussed about innovation and invention and creativity should not be left in isolation. The best way, according to what I've read and also what I've seen, to rework your mind is to read books. Books on different places you intend to correct or to make a change. Then you can have the basic intent of what you want to achieve. Thank you. We'll see you in the next class where we're discussing the next topic. I'll be dropping a slide for you so we can have a very good discussion before we get into the class. God bless you. Have a nice time.